Okay, I've never done this before, so this is the first. This is an interview with a child witness, somebody who took footage in 2012. Well, kind of. Back in 2012, a 14-year-old boy from Denbigh in Wales filmed this. It became one of the UK's strangest UFO sightings. Now, 12 years later, the case remains unsolved. There have been attempts. Mick West hashtag, we'll get into that. But today, we've tracked him down and we get to hear the truth from the man himself, now in his late 20s. I've always found this video really fascinating because it's a flying saucer, it's over a residential area, and it's never been debunked. There's been a couple of attempts. As I say, Mick West had a go, one of his earliest attempts at debunking. And in this video, we're going to go into the analysis of that video using modern technology and software. We're going to run through that today, and we're going to debunk the debunks. And I'm going to show you why this is one of the best videos that's ever been filmed in the United Kingdom. A truly underrated video. So let's jump into it.
My name's Nathan. I was watching TV, then I heard a bang. It was the bin, and I looked outside, and it was like big circles, and they were moving. And I thought it was just in my room. So then I looked back in my room, and then it was there, and then I got my camcorder out, then recorded it.
I don't know. That's impossible.
Then my brother was there for a bit. Then he said he's gonna get his mum. Then we got Kira. Then we were looking up there for about, for good
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Look,
There's something I can see through it.
look at the lights. Look at it.
It's shaking a light.
Wow. That's amazing.
I know, it's weird. That is the most amazing thing I've ever seen in my life. What the hell could that be? That is amazing. I can see the saucer.
Now, before we get into the interview with Nathan as an adult and get a bit more context, I always like to try and analyse the footage as best as possible, running it through the modern software that we have available to us today with a few techniques. I also do my due diligence, and part of that is watching the debunks that are out there and seeing if they make any sense and if they're correct or if they're just an attempt to rubbish any UFO video that ever comes out. Now, the only relatively thorough debunk that I could find was one of the very early Mick West debunks. So this is what Mick said.
I recreated the scene in Google Earth, marking some possible roads. There were two contenders. The blue road here leads up to an interesting air navigation thing, but it's facing away from the camera. The red line here is more likely. It's a path on the golf course. If there were, say, a bunch of people in golf carts or bikes driving along that path or nearby, then it would look like what you see here. Of course, it could also be aliens driving along the golf path, but what seems more likely? Now, I've not solved this case. I don't know what this is. It's still unidentified.
Well, at least he's honest. This is what I found. So we're looking from Nathan's vantage point, which is Bryn Garth in Denbigh, Wales. We're looking over towards Crest Woods. Now, Mick West suggests it was over towards the golf course, but I have no idea where he got that from, because that's not our analysis, or indeed the testimony from the eyewitness who was there and has lived there all his life, Nathan. He reconfirms that in our interview, which you'll hear shortly. Now, Peter Glynn, who recorded the interview with Nathan at the time, went up there to see and showed exactly what was there. No roads, no golf course. Now let's start with horizon and elevation. A tree line overlay demonstrates that the lights appear above Crest Woods, near-ish, but not at Denbigh Golf Club. Any vehicles like golf carts would be well below the visual horizon and likely obscured by terrain and trees, not to mention it was 3 AM. Now add to that in daylight images, we can see the street lights depicted in the footage is far lower than the UFO. Also, we can see from this vantage point the horizon line is just in line with the chimneys from where Nathan's bedroom window was. Now bear with me, I will get on to the interview with Nathan shortly, but first of all I just want to jump into motion tracking. I selected a 10-second clip and using optical flow analysis between frames 8 seconds and 10 seconds of that sequence, analysed it and showed no significant motion of the lights observed. All objects stayed locked in formation, ruling out independent motion expected from, say, golf carts or vehicles or lampers with handheld torches. We did this by stabilising the footage, and yep, they're all connected. And last up is brightness analysis. We sampled over 30 frames and it shows a steady light source. There is no evidence of mechanical blinking, a flicker or variable LED modulation typical of headlights or other man-made sources. Therefore the golf cart theory is well and truly debunked. There is no visual or physical basis to support the golf cart explanation. The evidence overwhelmingly supports the conclusion that the lights are airborne, structured and unexplained by terrestrial movement or human equipment. So our modern analysis concludes that this object was in the sky and was on a fixed object when it was stabilised. But this story isn't about analysis of the footage or even how great the footage is, and by the way, I think it's pretty spectacular. But no, this story is about stigma and ridicule and how mean some people can be with their fear of the unknown. More so back then. So let's catch up with the now late 20s adult Nathan and see how this incident affected him and what we can learn from that ridicule, especially to a child witness or experiencer. I really appreciate you joining me, man. You've been a hard man to get hold of and to sort of track down, and it's been awesome to finally talk to you. And how old were you at the time when when you captured this video?
2012. I think now, 2012. Possibly 13. Was it 13? It was 13, 14, I think, around that time.
Cool. Yeah, I've just saw my notes here. It says age 14 at the time with your brother, Alex. Alex Thomas as well. Yeah.
Yeah, he was 16.
So
Yeah.
13, 14 and 16. Wow. Okay. Are you able to just give us an idea of your memory of that night and how you came to get that footage?
Yeah. Well, I was watching TV then. We had, it was wind going mental. And I was like, I just heard loads of bins blow over. So I thought, let's have a look. Just have a little nose. I don't know why it was pitch black, so I don't know, see what carnage the wind caused. And then I just seen something flat like in the background. Like that. I thought, what? I thought it was a reflection off the TV. And then I was like, I had no clue what it was. So then I went to my brother. He was very reluctant to come. Like, very annoyed I woke him up. So then, then fans are getting woke up 2 o'clock in the morning on Monday, on Monday. I think it was a Monday. Monday, yeah. Yeah, it was Monday morning, but I think he's glad he did it now. But yeah, I came seeing the lights flashing out, and then then we got our niece. She was here, and we got my mum. She thought it was people coming down from the golf club, but 2 in the morning on Monday. No. Nowhere can be seen. And there for a while, and then next thing you know, we just went.
Yeah. Wow. And what was it like at the time? Because I know that you had a chap that came around and filmed you guys.
Oh yeah. Peter Glynn, he's a nice bloke. He's very in awe of the whole thing. Like he loved it all. At first we got the police, and then they made us put on 3 different tellies, and they thought, we thought we were just having a little laugh around. I was like, okay. And then they said, oh no, it's clampers. Like, oh, can you see clampers around that time? Like, especially that powerful, do you know what I mean? Like, you can see from like, I don't know what the distance is, but pretty far.
Yeah.
So Peter Glynn came and he did a few videos on it. So we thought, right, who do we get? And we thought, get Peter Glynn. Around this circle, he'll know what to do.
Yeah.
And
He got into the local press as well, didn't he? I saw a newspaper clipping.
Yeah, all that stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did. Yeah.
What's it been like since then? Because obviously, as a 14-year-old at the time, and having someone come around and wanted to film you, and the press feature you and stuff,
Um,
and
not good.
not good. I can imagine the stigma. I
Uh,
mean, the stigma's improved a bit, in my opinion, now. But back
mm,
then, going back a few years, what was it like?
um, got a lot of stick in school every single day. Um, yeah. My town's still stick now, not stick now, but still questioned and all that. And I'm like, that's why I've been hard to get hold of. I'm trying to hide away because I'm like, I don't like it. Like, because I've had so much stick. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, yeah. Bless you. Well, thanks for talking to me. No, I
But
appreciate you agreeing. For anyone listening, I have to admit, you didn't agree the first time. I had to sort of, be quite
yeah,
persistent. But thank you
yeah, it's
for
fine.
giving in.
It's fine. I thought, I'll just do it and just like I don't like talking about it. I like bring it up like in my work now. I mean, I've got a new job and people don't know nothing about it because I'm like, right, hide away. I don't want to have that stick. Or I'm like, I don't want to because
Yeah,
I've had so much stick from 14 to 20. So
yeah.
a couple of years off, everyone's just going bam, bam, bam. Like, I can't be bothered.
Mm. How do you feel about things now? I mean, have you seen the sort of developments? Have you seen what's happening in America? These whistleblowers that are coming forward. You
Oh,
connected
I've
to it?
seen all stuff, but oh yeah, I honestly, I love like one day I get into listen to podcasts sometimes. Like it depends who it is. Like sometimes I'm a Joe Rogan, listen to that stuff, and then like sometimes like James English, like listen to stuff like that. But then I go down for rabbit holes, and then like I give it a few years, and I go right. Let's have a look at Area 51 and just see random videos and just go into deep, deep, deep stuff like that. But I still keep an eye on stuff like that, not like footages, but like, oh, let's see what's happening like in Nevada and all that. But I do enjoy stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Interesting. What are your, do you mind me asking, what are your thoughts now? I mean, you've had years to reflect on it. You've got you took footage at the time. Obviously, you didn't know what you were filming,
yeah,
but it was something really interesting. And it is even till today, it's still
yes, it
really
is.
compelling footage.
It is. It's good, but I'm good. Like honestly, I have no clue what it is. Still, I've still after all these years, I'm like, I still believe it's a UFO, or well, the correct term is now.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's man.
Well,
Yeah.
I've been doing some analysis on it because I thought, well, when I speak to you, it would be really good to kind of have a refresh of the footage and do some analysis with some of the technology and software that we have now. But from what I've found so far, it appears that the object is above the horizon. So unless
Mhm.
you've got golf carts or lampers or whatever that are airborne, I
Yeah.
think it's highly unlikely that that's what it is. So
Yeah.
it's really compelling. Even now,
Yes, it got a lot of views more when Skrillex shared it. He started sharing it. He shared the video. He said, I think he quote. There's this. I can't. I've honestly on one of my old laptops. There's a screenshot of him. The screenshot we got. It's him saying his mothership or something when he was doing like his very first album or second album. So
right.
that brought a lot of attention to it as well.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. Wow, wow. What's if you don't mind me asking, if it's not too much of a personal question,
Yeah.
your mum and your brother obviously were in some of the videos, weren't they? In that were
Yeah.
recorded. Have you guys spoken about it since, or?
Then I came back here, went back to sleep. But when I see what he shot in the monitor, oh my God.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we did talk about it. Yeah, like we still want to know what is it and all that. Like, when was it? And I said to my brother, I was like, look what I found, like the camera what I found, the camera what I recorded it on.
I had it for Christmas, and the first time I ever used it. And I don't know why I wanted that for Christmas, but I'm glad I had the camera.
Yeah.
And it was like weird because I had it fully charged and on the side, and I reckon I was meant to record it.
And
Was that the camera?
yeah, I was like, what I like and would talk about, and I was like, and I said something, I was like, oh, people still after it. So just send it. Was just give it to someone who goes, no, just use it to keep a hold of it. He goes, what's what's gonna happen after that? Like, but that's fair enough.
No, I get it, and it's what's the upside? What's the upside when you're thinking about it? When you've had ridicule and when people are taking the mickey out of you at
Yeah,
school and over the years, and the stigma's still like for me like it's water off duck's back because I'm so deep into this I don't care what anyone says. But then I
yeah,
didn't have to deal with this when I was 14 for many 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 years, and I think I've come into this when there's a lot less stigma and people are taking it more seriously. Whereas
yeah,
you didn't, did you? You came into it when people were still taking shots at it
yeah,
and
yeah.
mocking it and stuff. So yeah, man, bless you for keeping on and dealing with that and putting your
But
face out there.
when some people bring it up, I just go, yeah, I just go along with what they say. To be honest, I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Like they say, oh, it was tractors doing donuts. I was like, to be honest, yeah, it was, yeah. Like I just go along with whatever they say, and go, yeah, I agree. I agree. I just agree with it. I can't be bothered with the stick, and then they just shut up and then they just walk off. I'm like,
yeah,
so, but it's not what I believe. But if they can believe, if they want to believe it, I'm like, yeah, okay. Then it just shuts them down, and then they just walk off. I'm like, cool,
yeah,
crack on, lad. But,
yeah. Wow. So it's had an impact on you, man. Have you had has it been a negative experience when you, even on reflection, even now, has it been a negative experience or could you
mm.
say that there's anything positive that's come from it? How do you feel about it?
Well, I would say I'm glad, kind of glad because well, I am glad because like I would say not many people in my area have done a proper, I've recorded one of them, a UFO. I say to that good
Yeah.
or to that length. And um but negative side, I'm like, no, that's 14, not good. Because it's like stick every day and I'm like, I really don't want this.
Mm.
But
That's crazy,
that's
man.
I'm
That's
like
crazy, isn't it?
I feel so awful. This lad, bloke called Gary, he did a book. He's done a book about it, and I was like, please, can you take my face out of the video because I don't want more stick.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
like, I don't want to be. I don't want it.
It's crazy because I mean, at the end of the day, all you did was you saw something really interesting and you
I
filmed
know.
it, and then
Yeah,
that's it. But yet, people can be
yeah.
just
But
horrible.
you know what they're like. They're just very they just love it because it's different and we don't like different. But
I kind of guessed that it would have had this kind of an impact because even as an adult, if you see something, you put something out, people are like, oh, were you into that sort of stuff? And even now,
yeah,
but I think back then, and the fact that you're a 14-year-old kid, that's
mm,
like that's really putting you out there
well,
and taking a bit of a risk back then, isn't it? With
yeah.
putting you on camera. So, it's such a
They just don't
weird
like
situation.
people doing. They just don't like it when you do something different, like like well, let's say back in the day, like 2012, you want to well, like when YouTube was a bit on the low, and like every kid, it's like most kids, yeah, professional football players, obviously, yeah, I want to be a football player, but I thought side hustle, just record videos, see where that goes, and then you start uploading. Back in the day, Call of Duty, and then you get stick for doing recording, and it's like, hang on, why are you doing that? It's like, hang on, they give stick because you want to be different.
Yeah,
Okay, sound.
yeah. It's just like a lack of imagination, isn't it? Or jealousy as
Yeah,
well, because you've got
it
the
is. I'd
confidence
say
to put yourself out there, and they haven't got
it
that
is.
confidence.
It's exactly, but then it's honestly, it still knocks my confidence down. Like I don't like being in camera on like on video, like recording, like when people like work, take a photo. I'm like, no, no.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel bad talking to you now and putting you out to the audience, but
No, it's
I
fine.
think
It's
I
fine.
think I mean my
It's yeah, honestly, it's going to that area, like your kind of audience, the UFO audience, whatever the correct term is, but you know what I mean, not the whole where not the people like it's when people go for rabbit holes they find stuff. But
Yeah, yeah. I would like to think that the audience that follows the UAP files are a decent bunch and supportive bunch.
Yeah, somehow they
And
are decent, but
yeah, and I'm pretty quick at blocking those that aren't and that don't adhere to that respectful sort of ethos. So
yes.
yeah, always definitely. Well, man, look,
It's harder in person, though, and when you get it in person, it's
yeah,
harder.
yeah, absolutely. I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine, man. And having it for so long and so consistent, and you know,
Yeah.
from an age where you're not quite ready to deal with that sort of thing. Well, we're
Mm.
not anyway, are we? Regardless of what age we are, but certainly from your teenage years when you're super self-conscious anyway about your image and your
Yeah.
appearance and all that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't realize it would have had that much of an impact on you, man, but it makes sense. It does make sense.
Mm. That's why it's so
Awesome.
hard to get hold of. Like, been just ducking everyone's like, I thought, like, hide, slide away and hide somewhere, hide, just slowly hide, and they just disappear into the sunset and just watch from the background or stuff. And thought, right, I thought one day, just I don't know how I don't know how I found you or something. I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I think it was I
I
think
think
I
it was
might have
TikTok.
yeah, I think I
It was
might have
TikTok.
put the video out and then I think we sort of connected that way. I think
Yeah,
did you say like
yeah,
that's me or
yeah,
something
yeah,
like that? And
yeah,
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 I'm like,
yeah,
dude, we need to talk. And you're like, I'm not
yeah,
sure if we do. I'm like, oh,
yeah.
yeah.
It's one of them, but yeah, I thought just go ahead and just bite
Yeah.
the bullet. But it's through that it's that circle now. Like, hopefully, if people want to just, I'm like, bite the bullet.
Yeah. I'm glad you did, man. I'm glad you did.
Right.
Well, look, you're a star, man. You're a legend, and I really, really appreciate it. I appreciate you coming forward, and I appreciate your video from back then. We know we've got so few videos that are really compelling from this country, from the United Kingdom.
Yeah,
So few, and certainly not to that caliber. And so, I congratulate you for grabbing your camera and going, that's something strange. I'm going to take a video of it and I'm going to be open about what I saw. I'm not saying that this is definitely what it is. I'm just saying, look, this is weird. It's unusual. And this is what I saw. And here's the footage and putting it out there. That's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for. And
yeah,
you've been sort of brave to put yourself forward and come and again now. So I really do appreciate that. And had you not done, man, we wouldn't have had this footage to look at
yeah,
over all these
yeah.
years. And
Exactly. Yeah,
it's an enjoyable thing as well. People really enjoy looking at this stuff, and it's that sense of wonder as well. And
exactly. Well, exactly what it is and all that. But
yeah, and you've created that.
I would say eventually, I think we'd eventually get no more steak once. If it ever comes out, I'll be more than happy for it. I'll be like, you know what? I was right all those years ago. You lot, you took Melanie, and now what?
Yeah,
Now what? Not saying what.
yeah. I think we'll get there. So that's it. There's a message in this video, really. It's not just about really good UFO footage that can't really be debunked, that even 13 years later, it's still really compelling. It's about the people behind it, and that's what I'm really fascinated by when I make these videos. It's the psychology and the technology, the people behind the footage. I often see online on Twitter and Reddit forums where people just mock other people. People that take footage and say, look, I caught this, it's really interesting, and you're an idiot, it's a balloon or it's a Chinese lantern or it's a drone, when they don't really know. Nobody's really done any analysis on any of these videos, and even the people that do analysis on these videos, they're just kind of guessing. It's rough, it's not particularly scientific, it's overlays and arrows and rough guesses and ChatGPT, and the reality is we really don't know for sure. What we do know is that somebody's captured some footage and they had an experience. And what I see often on Twitter or X, Reddit forums, is people mocking them for coming forward and sharing that experience. I've heard the term UFO brain or mentally ill for people that are sharing footage. Now, if we didn't share footage and if we didn't have that scientific intrigue, then we wouldn't share anything. And then where would we be? we wouldn't have had half the discoveries that our civilization have had. So I guess the message here is, firstly, leave a positive comment please, otherwise I'm going to delete it, because I think Nathan's had enough of those over the years, God bless him. But it's also just be kind. I think that's it. We can be kind, we can disagree, but we can be kind about it. That's it. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, if you found value, please consider a like, a subscribe, and leave a comment. It really helps with the algorithm. And if you're going to leave a comment, maybe leave one of support for Nathan. Thanks, Nathan. I really appreciate it. Take care, man.